Good afternoon, Jake and Jesse. Yeah, let's just jump right into this. Now, I know you, Jake, you're saying that you don't want to pigeonhole me into just talking about smoking, and I can see that, and I didn't feel like I was being pigeonholed, so it's all good. But I'm gonna just that was weird. I'm gonna just briefly talk about how I'm quitting, and when I was younger, so about like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I wanted to quit, that's it. I just quit, you know. But the problem with that is that I would continue smoking like a month, 2 months later, or really whenever I got stressed out enough. So what I'm trying to do is cut back, and what I've been doing is making little notes to myself in a planner how many cigarettes I have smoked. And as you can see, on Tuesday I smoked 1, Wednesday I smoked 2, and so on and so forth. So it comes to a grand total of about 8 for the entire week, which is pretty good considering I would go through a pack every 2 days. So I've significantly cut down, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I think that's a great improvement. So, okay, Jake, you wanted to know what the strangest CD I owned was. Now, I really don't own that many odd CDs conceptually, because as far as music goes, I tend to stick with you know, stuff that's recommended to me, so I don't really breach the boundaries all that much. But I do have this, and this is a CD I got off the internet and I burned. It's a recording of an Oklahoma production. I'm not sure when, but it's odd because the actors are horrendous singers, all of them. Well, except the gal that plays Lori. She's relatively decent, and Judd Fry is pretty good too. But everyone else just sounds weird because it seems like the director told them to think more like straight up hillbilly, you know, Appalachian Mountains, you know, kind of stuff, instead of cowboys and you know, in Oklahoma. So that's the strangest CD I own. And with all that, I think I'll tell you all about you know, how my life is going, so we can actually do some video blogging. I kind of want to talk about work, and to do that, I'm going to recite for you guys a poem that I wrote while at work one day. And I'll warn you, this is a rough draft, so it isn't all that great of a poem. Ignorance spews from every crack at the local high school. Students with no ambition come to get tutored by the overworked and sleep-deprived. I am convinced that one girl has no concept of politeness, civility, or self-esteem. Tutors leave the room, tread through the cold to reach their cars, the sanctuary of dirty mouths. Today I was sent on a mission through this labyrinth of a school. Near my destination I found 2 hoodlums conversing, but they clammed up when I entered their radius. The scowling adult in me said, "Little punks, they're up to no good." There is no evidence to that, but this is the truth behind the stereotype. It comforts me to know that the teachers feel the same, because it is easy to get annoyed in this breeding ground of train wreck lives. And you can obviously see that I was rather annoyed at that time. Now, I'll say that the kids aren't that bad most days, but sometimes, you know, we have to force, and I tutor high school students in whatever subject they need. I prefer to tutor them in literature because that's what I know, but I'll tutor them in pretty much anything. But we have to almost force them to learn, and it gets to a point where you just want to say, you know what, to hell with it. You know, you don't want to learn. I don't want to really tutor you anymore because you're pissing me off. So why don't you just take that F? But can't do that because because the way our program works, if these students do bad, it looks bad on us, and then we lose our funding because this is a government grant. So it gets really hard sometimes, and then we have to. Sometimes the tutors themselves, we get on each other's nerves, and that can be a problem too. So every once in a while, you know, I'll be talking with a person about work, and it's usually my parents, and they'll say, well, it can't be that bad. And granted, you know, they probably know, you know, they raised 2 children themselves, but you know, they don't know these kids. We have no authority really over them. We can't threaten them with any sort of punishment really. So we're just left there going, hey, do your work. But if they don't want to listen to us, that, you know, we have nothing. We have no standing. So it gets kind of frustrating sometimes. Not to say I don't like my work. I do enjoy it. You know, there's certain kids at my work that really make it worthwhile. But like I said, sometimes it just gets hard. Okay, guys, I got a question. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? And I'm talking like really, really super extremely little. Like, what did you want to be? And I know personally, I wanted to be Batman. So, yeah. One last thing, I got Mr. Nanny. It's on VHS, so I will be watching that and ready to do the movie review whenever you guys are. So, yeah. Now have a great Sunday, and I'll see you on Monday. Jake.